Ty Simpson and the Tide versus Gunner Stockton and the Dogs. The battle between the hedges and the game we have all been waiting for since we saw the date when this game was going to be played. Georgia, 33 straight home wins. Over half a decade of not losing at home. They've only played 3 one-score games out of those 33. Alabama, they're looking to come into Sanford and get a massive SEC road win against a team that they do not like very much. Kirby Smart is looking to say, oh, it was just Nick Saban. It was just your first time luck, Kalen DeBoer. This is our house, and we don't lose in our house. This is the first time Alabama has played at Georgia in a decade. We are so excited for this game because it is truly one of the biggest college football games of the season, and we get it in the month of September. Stakes are high, but they are even higher because Alabama's already got a loss to Florida State. They cannot afford to lose to Georgia and add a second loss before the calendar even hits October. For Georgia, they're saying, well, you're about to get it because we don't lose at home. Frankly, we don't even lose on the road, and we're facing a 4th and long down by 8 points against a Tennessee team that has been on fire. And our quarterback, Gunner Stockton, drops an absolute dime in the bucket touchdown pass. The Dogs wind up winning in overtime against the Volunteers, an instant classic football game. Now, we have to talk about some of the returners. Alabama, Tim Keenan in the middle of that Bama defense. Such an important piece. They were playing it safe against Wisconsin, but after the bye week, he looks to be ready for action for the first time this season. Jam Miller, the dynamic player, bringing him back into this one. These are a couple of guys we haven't seen with Bama. LT Overton, a little bit shaken up in the past game, but looks to be ready to go at a high level. Alabama's health was a major concern. Again, Ryan Williams missed time with the concussion in week 1 against Florida State. We were all asking, and especially in this game against such a physical Georgia team. I mean, that's the number one thing you think about Georgia. It's physical and it is tough. That this team does not quit. Down 14 points, they could have withered with their first year full starter and Gunner Stockton. What do? They respond in a major way in that huge comeback win. 21 points in the first quarter. That just doesn't happen to Kirby Smart's Georgia Bulldogs, but they know how to win in different ways. But you know what Alabama looks to be doing differently is having Ryan Williams not line up over 80% of the time in the slot like they did against Florida State. He just did not look comfortable running his routes over the middle of the field. It's fine. He's not Devontae Smith. He needs time to physically mature, add another 8 to 10, 11 pounds, and physically get his body so he can take those shots and hits over the middle of the field. But when this guy is outside and in space, and when he's targeted and has a yard or two to work with, and there's not a 235-pound linebacker ready to crack him, he truly might be the most dangerous player in college football. That's where Jeremy Bernard can get the targets over the middle. This dynamic duo of wide receivers adds an element of such a danger for Georgia because we know their identity. We want to stop the run, force you into 2nd and 7, and then here we go. Our edge players, our defensive line, our front 7, which is always going to be good. Why? Because we got red helmets and we're Georgia, and that's going to be the game plan. It's coming out, stopping the run on first down, and then it's, okay, can we run into that too high? I don't think we're going to be seeing one-on-ones with Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams in this game. That's a mistake that Kirby made all too often, and they got killed by it. Chris Brazzell having an all-time type performance against them. That is not happening again because these players for Alabama can darn fly down the field. And their quarterback, Ty Simpson, is playing with a ton of confidence. The past couple of weeks after that Florida State game, you can even make the argument that a lot of that wasn't his fault. He has been as good as anybody in the country. Gunner Stockton, we talked about the beautiful throw against Tennessee, but his ability to move the football down the field in different types of ways. You saw the opening drive against Tennessee, boom, boom, boom. We saw other drives throughout that game, methodically, completion for 6 yards. Handoff to Nate Frazier for 5. Takes off and runs for 4. 3rd and 1, they pick it up. This team can move the football down the field in a number of different ways. And I'm thinking that this might be one of those Gunner Stockton 15, 16, 17 carries type of games because that is an element that he has that's so strong. Why he was one of the best players in high school history because of his ability with the football in his hands, running it. Frazier's a great back. We all know that. But Georgia will have to add something. Alabama will have answers for most of what Georgia does. Remember, this is a team that doesn't quite have the weapons that Alabama does. Zachariah Branch, he's a fantastic talent, and they are so happy that they brought him in. He has been terrific, a great touchdown down the sideline to get that score, right? 21-7, third down to get it to him. Explosive player. He can change the game in it here. But Colby Young, London Humphreys, they have wide receivers now that they can rely on. It's just been a little bit tough that we haven't seen the tight end. We know how good that they were for years with arguably the greatest tight end in history, Brock Bowers. Can they get Oscar Delp going? This guy was sitting behind Brock. Can they get him going? I'm waiting to see it because he's got a whole bunch of talent. Georgia, on the defensive side, we know that they want to get pressure on Ty Simpson as early as possible in this game. Get him uncomfortable. Get him feeling like he did against Florida State. And so for Alabama, that starts with your left tackle, Kadyn Proctor. People were saying this guy could be the first overall pick in April come draft time. He hasn't played like that. Who's played like that more so? It's on the interior. They've had great play from Parker Brailsford. He has been that complete grinder for them in the middle, the identity, the tone center. They need Kadyn Proctor to step up because you know who will beat you and who will take advantage of you. A team like the Georgia Bulldogs and those performances they had against Texas in the regular season in the SEC title game, we know that they can show up. And it's like they have another level that against Tennessee, they still got another level or maybe even two stowed away in their pocket. But like we talked about with the run game, so far on the season, Frazier's been good. They've been running the football pretty well. Yards per carry is right around 5 yards. We've seen Dwight Phillips get a number of carries and show production that he can do it in the backfield. For Alabama, frankly, I didn't think that Ty Simpson was the type of athlete that we have seen him showcase throughout the season, but that's not how you want to be making a living against Georgia, is for him to be scrambling, getting a double-digit amount of carries in this game. That's not at all how you want this one to play out, frankly, where you see him being the leading rusher against Wisconsin. I'm very concerned a little bit. I'll be honest with you. A little bit over 3 yards a carry in that game. That's exactly where it's like, all right, Jam Miller, come in here. Please save us. We need you to save us, Jam Miller. Come in here and get that production going. I believe that this is the Ryan Williams game. When they matched up last season earlier in the year, it was the Ryan Williams game. Is Kirby Smart going to be aggressive enough to say, I'm going to take him out of this thing, make them go to Isaiah Horton, make them go to Jeremy Bernard? I'm just not going to let Ryan Williams beat us. And if you're Alabama and you're Kalen DeBoer, are you going to go decide? It doesn't matter. We will get the football in number 2's hands. Do not care. He is going to get 12 targets in this football game because we believe he is the best player on the field. That is the mentality that you have to have, and that's probably the mentality Ryan Williams has as long as he is not running over the middle of the field. So how do you get that? Well, it's Georgia. It's outside leverage. You cannot let this guy get outside of you. Even when he's lined up more so out of the slot, you can see his routes are breaking to the outside. You don't think Georgia knows that? That's why I think that we could see a pick 6 in this game, a route where Ryan's out of the slot and we have a Georgia defensive back, a guy breaking on the football. I think that there's an interception or 2 coming in this game. Ty Simpson, I know that matchup against Florida State was tough, but he has not seen a defense like them Dogs. They just do it differently there. KJ Bolden, Raylan Wilson, CJ Allen, some of the best players in the middle of the field. This team is so loaded on defense. They seemingly are able to reload every single year with guys. Dalen Everett at cornerback, will he be able to cover Ryan Williams or Bernard one-on-one? No, but he's going to get help from the rest of the secondary. This will be a complete team effort. What's fascinating and exciting about these games is to see the coach's perspective. Like, where do they go? What adjustments are they going to make? All right, So Ryan's beating us right now on the outside. How do we adjust to that, to take that away and make them go somewhere else? Or they're running the football very well as Georgia right now. Okay, do we have to give up some one-on-ones to let them take a shot to Zachariah Branch? Do we just give them those opportunities because we have to take the run away? They're moving the football very well. That's what we saw the Tennessee-Georgia game. The Georgia defense adjusted very well until the deep shots came, and we saw Brazel and Aguilar connect. And if I'm Georgia, I just do not give Alabama even the chance to throw that. Don't even give them the opportunity. Don't let that play even come about. If it is thrown in that vicinity, you make sure there are 2 Georgia Bulldog defenders right there on the football. Now, as far as a lean, who I think wins this football game, I got to tell you, I think Bama. I'm going with Bama. That this team with Ty Simpson has an element of the vertical passing attack that they were not even close to with Jalen Milroe. Now, of course, Simpson is not anywhere near the physical traits that Milroe possessed, but with Bernard now and true talent, true vertical threats, 2 guys, in order to be a national contender, you either have to have an elite defense and 2 vertical threats in a run game, or you have 2 vertical threats in a run game. Alabama has those pivotal pieces that they haven't had the last couple of seasons. They have 2 true dominant weapons that if you take Ryan away, you can go to Germany now. That they've just got that much confidence in him, and that Simpson is mobile enough that they get the running game going. They're able to beat him that way. I'm not so confident in the run game, but I am confident that Ty Simpson, and if he needs to throw the football 40 times to win this game, his completion percentage, he showed me that he has the ability to do that. I have Alabama winning 27-24, snapping that Georgia Bulldog 33 wins in a row at Sanford Stadium, keeping it there at 33, getting a massive win on the road. But look, if they don't win this game, it's dire straits. I mean, you can only lose. I don't even think you can lose another game the rest of the season, truthfully, honestly. And if you're Georgia, obviously you just want to go out there and win every single game. That's it. That's the expectation if you are the Georgia Bulldogs. But like Alabama, you still got the Iron Bowl. You've still got a matchup with Oklahoma. Georgia's got Texas coming in there later in the season. As far as right now, I feel like they maybe lose to Bama, beat Texas the way that they've looked. Come at me. Please let me know down below in the comments who you think wins this game and why. Boy, would we like to see another overtime type game coming down to the wire. Would be nothing better than to see that. It's a shame that Penn State, Oregon is at the same time as this. Not a shame in the sense, oh my gosh, we got great football. But people that are going to Bama, Georgia, they would love to sit down and watch the whiteout and have it be a different night besides having being there to watch this game. Or if you're all watching the game at home, flipping back and forth, you would love to just sit, have the game on the big screen and watch that one separately, because these 2 games are such high profile, easily 2 of the biggest 5 matchups of the regular season in college football. So please let me know down below what you think. Subscribe for more videos in the future. I make college NFL content every single day. Blitz with Blender, this brand, we are passionate about the game. We watch all the games, we break it down, and just trying to grow this community in a positive sense. So please stay tuned for more content in the future. It's certainly coming out rapid fire style, and I will see you next time. Thank you.
Best player in college football.
That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blender, hi everybody, I'm Josh Blender.
To the 40, 35, 30, Espinosa to the 20.